How would the Hispanic evangelical community respond to proposed immigration reform that would also include pathways to legal status for same-sex partners?
It's a great question. It's what I'm asked this week and last week, been asked frequently on this. Our response has been the following. We believe both communities deserve their day equal footing as it pertains to presenting their own personal narratives. I think it's unfair for the gay and lesbian and transgender community to have their agenda morphed into immigration reform that's already so polarizing, and I think it's unfair for the immigrant community. It's the confluence of two very difficult and polarizing issues, and to join them, it's unfair. And I've had conversations with certain members of the gay and lesbian community. That's not fair for us. It's not fair for the Hispanic community. We deserve our day in the sun on our own right, and you all deserve your day to fight this without merging these two conversations. There's a reason for that. There are certain members of Congress who may be inclined in supporting immigration reform, but would not be inclined in supporting anything having to do with legitimizing, in their opinion, the gay and lesbian agenda. And then there are some that are committed to the gay and lesbian agenda that have a very strong border security constituency and say we're in favor of supporting the gay and lesbian agenda without a doubt, but we're not in favor of granting amnesty to undocumented. So we alienate two groups that would support, and both of our constituencies and both of our groups, our families or communities would be left out in the cold. So it's the idea of merging them together politically is going to work contrary to the outcomes and objectives of our corresponding communities.
We saw this somewhat in the healthcare debate,
Yeah.
where Sam and I were talking about this earlier, where we were trying to make sure that we were not fighting the issue of abortion in the context of healthcare. The same with immigration reform. Gay marriage and gay couples and ensuring that there are civil rights for gays and lesbians and their families is an issue, and certainly is an issue that should be actually dealt with in a comprehensive way, just like immigration reform should be dealt with in a comprehensive way. So it does come down to how do folks are trying to get their agendas addressed as most expeditiously as possible, but it doesn't help sort of the cause in general to conflate those two issues. Both important issues, but to conflate them doesn't really help on either side.
How do you get to the Republican Party? How do you engage a Republican senator or congressman? There's two constituencies, business and the faith community. We were able to engage at least white evangelical and conservative faith leaders, not necessarily the pews completely yet, but the leadership. Really, to have the National Association of Evangelicals, Liberty University, the Southern Baptists support the just integration strategy I alluded to previously, that's historic. That's amazing. These are white conservative faith leaders supporting immigration reform. We will lose them. And if we lose them, they will call their corresponding members of Congress and say, do not support immigration reform. And then they're going to, again, it's going to work contrary to the communities, to both communities will.